Hello and welcome to my gardening journey. I'm John and it's the beginning of 2021. Not much happens here in the UK in January. It's particularly cold and wet at the moment and not overly pleasant to be outside, so I tend to stay indoors and pretty much dream of what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this year. I have a few things I want to achieve this year and I need to start the year off well in order to get them all done. I tend to dream big when it comes to my garden and don't always have the skills, capabilities or time to actually see any of them through. So I'm going to try and keep myself and my dreams in a reasonable position for this year. This year I really want to try and enjoy my garden a lot more. Not just get enjoyment out of the process of gardening, but actually just be able to sit and relax in it. Most of the time I spend in the garden tends to be looking after it and trying to keep up on things like weeding and watering. And whilst I quite enjoy doing those things, I actually want to spend some time just relaxing and appreciating the garden as I start to make it look a lot better than it is now. So I am starting to look at garden automation, and I'm going to start off really simply. My brain initially went to setting up a Raspberry Pi or something else like that to do some controlling and the watering, etc. But to be honest, I don't have the time for that. So I'm just going to use things that I can readily buy from Amazon and other places. I got some for Christmas, so again, I really want to try and use those and show them to you as the year progresses. I also want to make the garden more attractive. It's been quite utilitarian up until now. It's pretty much a rectangle with some grass in it and a veg patch. And I really want to try and do something a little bit more impressive with it. I have a front garden which gets quite a lot of sun throughout the day, and I really want to try and make use of that. And in the garden, in the back, whilst I've got the vegetables where the majority of the sun lands in the garden, I really want to try and make use of the shaded area and make that a little bit more attractive than it has been before. Final thing I'd like to try and do better this year is to increase the productivity of my veg patch. I really enjoy growing for other people and to see them enjoy the organic produce that I grow in my garden, and I'd really like to see a surplus this year. To improve the productivity of my veg patch, I intend to use a no-dig approach. It's going to take me a little while to get this up and running, so it'll just be interesting to show you the process that I'm going through and the methodology that I'll be following over the coming year. I'm hoping by doing this that I will spend less time having to tend the ground and getting better produce as a result of it. So we'll see how that goes throughout this year. To achieve all these things in a year, I really need to start 2020 in the right way. So whilst it's cold and horrible here in January in England, I do need to get out and start doing some work. So whilst it's cold and horrible here in January in England, I do need to get out and start doing some work. So far this year I've cut back quite a few bushes which had become overgrown and were casting shadows over the garden. And later this year we will be bringing in a tree surgeon to cut back some of the trees to look after them in the first instance, but also to reduce the shadow on the garden as well. Hopefully by doing this I'll create a bigger space for us to be able to grow either plants and flowers in the garden or some more vegetables as well. January is also a good time to try and get things in order. I really need to tidy out the shed behind me, and I have a mold problem in there because the rain has managed to get inside and cause damp. And I've been clearing out my greenhouse to make sure that's also ready to go later in the year. The final task for January is to order your seeds. I've ordered my seed potatoes already, so I have a first early, second early and main crop on the way. And I'll also be listing out all of the different seeds that I need to be ordering this year. Unfortunately, the UK now is in a national lockdown, so I'm hoping this time round the seed providers will still be able to operate and send things across to me, because I don't want to go through that experience with Amazon again. So there you go, they are my goals for 2021 and some jobs for January. I hope wherever you are able to progress with your gardening and you are staying safe. And if you like this sort of content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.